Hey guys, welcome back. So today I am going over my empties and disappointing products, which has gotten just a little bit out of hand. This is like a gigantic bin of stuff. Like, I kid you not. Some of it's stuff that just expired and had to get thrown out. Some of it is stuff that I absolutely hated and I'm never using again. And then some of them are empties that I loved. So, you know, let's dive in because we're gonna be here for a year and a half. Oh, disclaimer, obviously, because people always have a thing about empties and disappointing videos. Just because I say some of these products were bad and didn't work for me does not mean they're not gonna work for you. Obviously, your skin is different. What you look for in makeup is different. What I'm different. This is the LA Girl Pro Powder HD Setting Powder. This I put in my Project Pan video for February, which if you haven't seen, it'll be up there. You know the drill. After using this guy for about 2 weeks, I realized it was doing something weird with all my foundations where they weren't quite lasting as long for some reason. They were breaking up in weird places that they don't normally do. I mean, sometimes when I wear foundations, I'll get like, you know, it'll break up around here, sometimes around your mouth from eating, maybe in places like, for me, I'm always scratching above my eyebrow up here. I mean, it's a problem. But I was seeing breakdowns like right here that I didn't normally get, and in the middle of my cheek. And then I realized the only commonality is not a word. The only common thing between all the different days of makeup was that I've been using this guy in an attempt to use him up. I didn't use him up, but I tossed him in the bin when I realized what was happening. So this guy for me and for the foundations I tend to wear and with my skin type, it just did not work. Let's move on. This guy I tossed in here because he finally expired. However, this is a fantastic product and I highly recommend it. This is the Origins Maskimizer Skin Optimizing Mask Primer. So this is designed to go on in your skincare routine before you go on with a mask. It's designed to help open up your pores so that the mask that you're trying or using deeply penetrates into your skin. And I got this a very long time ago. I think it was 2 years ago now that I first got this. It was launched, I want to say, spring of 2016, so I decided I should probably toss him. Since I'm moving, I'm trying to clean things out too. That's why this bin is so freaking full. But this guy is fantastic. I really liked it a lot, especially if you're using it for like deep pore cleaning masks, like the Glam Glow one, stuff like that. This is a great thing to have to spray your skin with before you go in with the mask. The next is a product that I actually really didn't like. This is the Model's Own Grand Finale Loose Powder. This is in translucent, which first off, in what world is that translucent? Guys, like, this had so much tint to it. I looked like I had a really bad tan. It was a serious issue, and I just, when something is labeled as translucent, I expect it to be translucent. This was not translucent. It felt heavy for a powder on my skin. Like, I felt heavy, you know? It didn't give me that nice, soft look. It made me look heavy and crepey, and it's a no for me. This guy is in here because I hit pan, and I was having a hard time picking up more product because the brush I use this with is the giant Morphe one. It's like legit this big. It's the size of the pan. And now because I've hit pan in the middle, I'm unable to pick up product the way I used to. So I decided to toss this guy to also just make space. I have a new one already. This is the Maybelline, this is the Maybelline Fit Me Set and Smooth in 120 Classic Ivory. I do now have it in the lighter shade that they've now since released. But this stuff is great. It's a really great drugstore powder. I like how it looks on my skin. They do also have a mattifying one, so if you're oily, I'd look into that guy as well. Next is this. This is the Maybelline Master Prime Blur and Illuminate. I am such a huge fan of the Blur and Smooth version of this, the one that's kind of bluish gray writing on it instead of pink. This guy, after trying it and having it, maybe he had gone bad. I don't know. This has no it does have an expiration date. It's just really hard to read. I think that says 6/18. So this expires in June, but I feel like it's already gone bad because it felt weird on my skin. It's got a weird smell now. I think it just went bad, but I just wasn't a fan of this formula to begin with when I first tried it. I mean, it was okay. I get that they were trying to compete with some of the more luminous high-end primers, but this guy just didn't do it for me. It felt thick and heavy, and it felt like it just clogged my pores more. It didn't make me break out, but you know, it was not ideal. Something else that I loved, he's just also hit his expiration date. This is the NYX Honey Do Me Up Serum Primer. This is a fantastic drugstore. This is a fantastic drugstore primer. I highly recommend it for anybody who can spend the money. It is a little bit on the more expensive side for a drugstore product. I feel like NYX's products are either really affordable or a little bit more expensive. This guy I think was like $13 or something like that, 12 or 13. This is made with honey, gold flakes, and collagen. It's designed to plump your skin, give it that nice youthful look before you go in with your foundation. So it just kind of makes you look youthful is the only word I can think of right now. I mean, collagen, we all know about collagen. This guy's on top here. Let's do this. These are the simple Micellar cleansing wipes, makeup removing wipes, cleansing wipes, whatever. I have mixed feelings about this. So it does a really good job of taking out my makeup, and I do like Micellar water in general. I do have a couple of bottles in my bathroom. However, there was something about these. First couple times I used them, great, awesome. But then they started to dry out my skin the more I used them. So I just switched to using them only for my hand swatching that I was doing when I was testing out makeup or getting makeup on my hands when I mix it together or whatever. But this just, no. And it says it's supposed to hydrate after a certain point because my skin was so dry that when I would go to take my makeup off and use this, it burned. So I will not be repurchasing these. I will, however, just grab all of them because they're all in here. I have all these Neutrogena ones, which we're gonna have a moment. I'm still using, this is my current makeup removing pack. These are the night calming, but I have these dudes. I have the hydrating and then the regular formula. The Neutrogena ones are great if you're very sensitive. I do have sensitive skin myself. These are great. They don't hurt your skin. They don't dry out my skin. They remove my makeup, and I could do it with one towel. So these, I think, definitely live up to their reputation. I think there's always one of these in my empties, always. I haven't done this in so long. They were now free. This I had to toss in here because he's just ripping apart, like hardcore. This is one of my favorite drugs. I didn't even bother to wash him. He looks disgusting. This is the Real Techniques Sculpting Sponge. I preferred this actually over the regular Real Techniques. I just use this to do my makeup. Ignore it, how dirty it is. But this is fantastic. I think the top does a really good job getting right up under your eye. The bottom does a good job at sculpting out if you need it, and then you can just use the bouncy side for highlight, or if you're like me, you can go in with this for your foundation using the flat edges, the rounded edges, the pointy edge, anything. I just think it's a really well-crafted sponge, so much so that I think Sephora tried to launch a version of this at some point. I don't think it's in the line anymore. It was when I worked there. Ooh, this guy had gone bad, so he's in here. That's the thing. This just smells rotten and sour now. I didn't know something could smell like sour roses. I didn't know that was a thing, and I never want to smell it again, which is why I'm not going to open this. This is the Korres Wild Rose Vitamin C Active Brightening Oil. I kind of use this how you use the Farsali Glow Elixir things. This works really well for that. Plus, it's designed as a skincare product in your skincare routine, so it's going to be really good for your skin and really brightening. If my skin was too dry, though, the problem was that if I had very intense dry patch, I tried to use this when I had those, it did burn. FYI, just keep that in mind. This I probably won't be repurchasing because it is a little bit on the more expensive side, and since I can't use it when my skin's at my driest like I can with the Farsalis, I just don't see the need of having it. Disappointing product is this dude. This is the Sephora collection number 78 Pro Airbrush Blender. That was hard to say. I got this actually as gratis from Sephora ages and ages ago, and I've been going through my collection. I was getting rid of, there's some other brushes in here that have just reached their date of you need to be replaced. But this guy, I just hate it. It's uncomfortable to hold. It's awkwardly short. I usually hold brushes like this. Like, here, let's grab my bronzer brush for today, like this. So I can just go in like this. However, because of how short this handle is and how wide it is, I mean, I have tiny hands, that could be it, but I couldn't do it. I didn't feel like this was good for foundation. It was really great if you wanted to sculpt, yes, but you had to like hold the brush inwards like that, you know, to keep it a little bit more precise. You have to like do that. But I never reached for it. I think I've used it like 3 times total, and I'm just saying I'm gonna get rid of it because I'm not even using it. Next is a disappointing product. This is the CoverGirl True Blend Blush in the shade L for light, I'm assuming. This, I think it was the Taylor raves about this. I've had this for a while and I've tried it on and off occasionally, but I just don't like this formula compared to, say, like the Milani baked blushes. I love those. I'm wearing one today. However, this just, it was just pure glitter. I felt like it didn't even look like a blush. It just, look at that. Look at it. It just looks like glitter on my finger, like pink glitter. Yeah, this is the thing that smelled bad. Oh my God. I don't know how any beauty guru can rave about this. It smells disgusting. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Natural Finish Setting Spray. It is cruelty-free, all that jazz, and this is disgusting. My eyes are watering. Oh my God. I sprayed this on my face in a first impressions, which by now should be up. It will be linked up here. It made my face burn. It smells awful. I think I had an allergic reaction to this. And okay, my allergies are severe enough that they do warrant an EpiPen. I have an EpiPen in my purse. I have an EpiPen sitting next to my bed. Like, it's not good. And I had, when I worked at Sephora, I did have an incident where a men's cologne, because of the notes used in the men's cologne, I actually ended up having my eyes swell shut and I had to miss 2 days of work, go to the ER, have them inject me with an EpiPen, and that's when they said, okay, this allergy is obviously severe enough to warrant this. And it's plant-based, and I don't know what's in this, but it makes me feel awful when I smell it, and it burns. My nose is dried out right now. Oh my God. Okay, goodbye. Trash. Never again. Never, ever, ever again. I'm not doing it. No. Okay, another disappointing product is the Cover FX Blurring Primer. I did my due diligence with this. I tried it as much as I could until I finally decided, no, he's no-go for me. I do like the Cover FX primers. I've tried the Calming one. I've tried the Illuminating one. They're nice primers. This one just didn't work. It comes out this weird, like, tan skin texture, but it's not like it fades when it blends into your skin. It leaves this like orangish cast on your skin. I don't know if you can see it there, this right here. It just leaves this orangey cast, and I'm not quite sure why. All the other smoothing primers, like the Makeup Forever one, all those, they blend into your skin, they blend down. This one leaves an orangey cast on my skin, which is also a problem with another primer in here that I'll get to in a few minutes, but it also felt goopy. Like, I don't know, maybe it did go bad, but it came out in such a disgusting fashion that I just decided, nope, he's a no-go, no more for him, trash. Next is another disappointing product. It's this guy. This is the Too Faced Peach My Cheeks Melting Powder Blush. This is in the shade Peach Dream. The color looks nothing like it does in the pan. Just for starters. This turns out to be like a really pale baby pink kind of color right there. But this looks darker and peachier, and gross. I just wasn't a fan of the formula for this. They were very nice, easy to build and all that, but I didn't like it as much as I like the Maybelline Dream Bouncy blushes, for example. Those used to be a holy grail product of mine back in the day. This just doesn't perform the same way those do, and I like the formula on those better than this. So this is going in the buy, do not rebuy bin. Also going in that bin is the matching bronzer, also because this came totally busted and it never repaired. So, goodbye. No more. So I'm just now realizing that I'm probably gonna have to split this into 2 different videos because there's just so much stuff in here that unless I book through this is going to be a 30-minute video. So I'm gonna split it into 2 short videos. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to leave me your questions, comments, concerns down below. Also be sure to hit the subscribe button down below so that you get to see more of my videos, and also hit the notification bell. That way you know when I'm uploading those videos. I do upload 3 times a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!